I see sous chef Patrice is now chopping some carrots and celery, some fennel on that board too. That Patrice is a slicing and dicing machine. We should just call him Patrice-o-matic.
Oh, you're here? Good timing, because I want to show you some pasta. How about that? I'm just going to make some pasta dough. Now, listen, I know what you're going to say. I'm going to go completely outside of the box in a way to make the pasta dough, but it's very simple. The machine is going to do the work for me. So forget what your Italian grandmother told you about making the pasta and the fountain slowly and go ahead and mix it up. She was right. She was right. But me, I want to do it fast, but I'm going to do it right. First thing, let's go over the ingredients. Very simple, of course. This recipe, it's probably good for 4 people portion pasta. So I'm going to use 3/4 cup of flour. And I'm only using AP flour, all-purpose flour. Because last time I checked, it says all-purpose flour. So I guess it'll be good for my pasta. But you have to measure this recipe very precisely, all right? So 3/4 cups of flour, all-purpose, a pinch of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of olive oil. I'm going to need also 1 egg, so just 1 large egg. All right, on the flour. Now I'm using the machine. What I have in the machine is just the blade, and this machine is great about this machine is you can insert another bowl to reduce the size of the bowl. But if you were doubling, tripling the recipe, you can obviously just go with a large bowl. It's okay, all right? Very good. So blade goes in, precisely measure, I say it again, because it's important for the moisture in the dough. So I measure with the 1/2 cup of the flour and 1/4 cup. So that gives me 3/4 cup, all right? So directly in the machine, a pinch of salt. There we go. We're going to go with a 1/4 teaspoon of the olive oil. Just a little bit like that, right? And I'm going to take the egg and put an entire egg into the machine right there. All right, very good. I'm going to put the top, and I'm going to run this machine and make it turn until the mixture looks like grated cheese. You'll see in a second, so let it go. Actually, I'm going to stop mine in here. I'm going to get the flour which got pushed away from the bowl back in the center of the bowl. Close it again and let it run a little bit. You cannot over-mix it. So rather than under-mix it, let it go a little bit. And you're going to see in a second how it looks. It really looks like a grated cheese. All right. One more time in here. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to show you this. It looks like grated cheese. Look at that. Don't put that in the pasta yet, huh? All right? All right. I'm going to take it from there and put it into a bowl. All right. So far, it doesn't look like a pasta, like a pasta dough, but give me 1 more second in here, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. We're going to take this mixture in here and then put it together like that. Look at this. And it all becomes together as a dough. You might find this to be a little bit dry, but that's why I allow you to, we're going to roll the pasta, cut it, and you can go straight and cook it. If you have boiling water, you're done. You have fresh pasta. Look at that. All right? So we're going to take that dough. That dough is not finished yet. You can see it's not together well. So what we're going to do is go with the pasta machine, which I have right there. And we're going to knead the dough with the machine to make sure we just mix it up and knead it very nicely. I'm going to use a roller also just to get the size. I'm going to open the pasta machine all the way up. This way I have a nice space in here. But I'm going to roll it a little bit just to get the size of the machine. Then I open just like that. All right, very good. So you can see it's all falling apart. And do not panic, because that's what we're going to be using the machine to actually knead the dough. I got to roll it a little bit more. There we go. If you see pieces of dough falling, just put it back in here. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and knead the dough like that. All right. I'm going to close the machine to a number down. I was at number 10. I'm going to number 9. There we go. I'm going to go to number 8 on the dial. Not all machine has the same kind of a number, but you get the idea. Now you can see it's not perfect, so I'm going to fold it like this, fold it again. I'm going to take the rolling pin and then just roll it a little bit by hand, return to the machine. But don't forget, when you return to the machine, reopen to number 10. I'm going to take my dough and then pass it to the machine again. All right, and every time, and I'm going to go back to the same motion, going to 9, 8, maybe 7 or so. And every time you go through the machine, you can see your dough is getting better and better and better. Look at that, it comes together very nicely. So you can see I'm not shredding. This is very easy process. There you go. Again, fold it, take a rolling pin, roll it down a little bit, reopen the machine to number 10, and let's keep number 9, number 8. Look at that, I'm going to go all the way to 7. Look at this, it starts to look good. Not quite ready. How do you know you knead the dough enough? You look at the edges. You can see it is not sort of falling apart a little bit. So that tells me then I have to go ahead and knead that dough a little bit more. All right, look at this, almost there. Still a little bit, you know, falling apart on the edges. So I'm going to fold it one more time in here. And every time you roll it to the, every time you fold and go back to the machine, go thinner on the machine, stretch a little bit more this way. Okay, back into number 10. And at this time, what I'm going to do, we're going to roll the whole thing and cut pasta. Let me just roll it one more time in here to show you when the dough looks good. All right, look at this. Nice and smooth, so you can tell. No flour. Look at that. If I move all those crumbs in here, pasta is on the table. It's not sticky. Beautiful. I'm ready to roll the rest of it and cut into some kind of fettuccine. I'm not going to deal with the whole thing here, so what I'm going to do is probably cut it by half. Just wrap this up in a piece of plastic film, keep it on the side for now. All right, and then I'm going to roll this completely and then cut some fettuccine. All right, so I'm in number 6. I'm going to put number 5. I'm going to keep rolling. I like the pasta myself to be thin. This way they cook faster, and they don't overcook, obviously. You like to keep them a little bit al dente, all right? So just keep, you know, rolling this dough until you have the thickness desired. There you go, look at that. It's almost transparent. Doesn't stick. It's beautiful, all right? You can make ravioli if you like also. All right, let me install the cutter on the machine. This is for fettuccine. There you go. I'm going to take my pasta dough here and do the cut. Oh, pasta, huh? That was fast. That's it. And then what you want to do now, you can hang them out to dry before you cook. This way, when you cook them in the water, they're not going to stick to each other. But you can take a sheet pan like this with parchment paper. And what I'm going to do is take some semolina. Why semolina? Is because if I put flour in here, the pasta would probably absorb that flour and gets really dry. And then when I put it in the water, I get pieces of flour. So semolina is great, because it just gives you a little cushion of air going under the pasta, and it can dry, you know, better than that, okay? So look at this. Fettuccine, if I didn't have to talk to you and walk fast, I can knock this down in 3 minutes. And if I have water boiling right now, I can put those pasta in the water, cook them the way I like, put my favorite sauce, set down on the table, and voila, I'll be ready. All right, so pasta, is it difficult? It could be. Can you make it simpler? Yes, and it's very good, all right? So, I'll see you later.
They got some pretty good culinary noggins to Patrice on that. That Patrice is a slicing and dicing machine.